say a little bit about the topic? Why Tren? The Cancerian with the vision. A hoodie in the bucket hat is often his decision. Why high? A king from Queens, you never disrespect. The wise OG, but what else would you expect? Why Dame? The flyest and the highest of them all. You need a perfect shot, he's the one that you should call. All three combined in a little of your time. Welcome to the show and let him ease your mind.
It doesn't matter when we are or where we are because we are.
Because we are.
Because we are better than
Because we are.
Because we are.
Because we are. Because we are. Because we are.
So now we got Chains and Whips track 2 featuring Kendrick Lamar. This did leak first. You know, we did hear a little bit of this.
I have not heard the full record. I didn't.
I haven't heard the full record
even with
either.
Even with the single dropping earlier today, I did not listen.
Yeah, and I know that this did play at the fashion show that happened last year or something like that. So we heard a little bit of it leak. This was actually one of the first songs that I heard from this album that I was excited for. Because when I heard it, I was like, before even Kendrick mentioned, I was like, yo, this shit sounds tough. You know what I'm saying? When hearing like Pharrell in the production and stuff like that, and also just hearing like the Clipse getting back at it. This was like one of the first songs that I was really excited like for them. I didn't know what was coming. I didn't know if they were just going to drop this or they were just going to drop a full album, but it's finally here now. You have any other introductions for this, or should we just get right into it? Chains and Whips.
Let's do it.
Y'all ready? Chains and Whips, Clipse, Kendrick Lamar. Let's get right into it, y'all.
God, man.
Uncle said, nigga, you must be sick. All you talk about is just get rich. Choke my neck, nigga, and ice my bitch. Beat the system with chains and whips.
This is culturally inappropriate.
The grittiness,
You run from the spirit of repossession. Too much enamel covers your necklace. I buy bitches, you buy them sections. You buy watches, I buy collections. Misery's fueling your aggression. Jealousy's turned into obsession. Reality TV is mud wrestling. Some sign checks I know better than. Beware of my name that there's delicate. You know I know where you're delicate. Crush you to pieces, I hum a breath of it. I will close your heaven for the hell of it. Rich, choke my neck, nigga, and ice my bitch. Beat the system with chains and whips. It don't take much to put 2 and 2. Your lucky streak is now losing you. Money's dried up like a cuticle. You're gasping for air now, it's beautiful. John 10:10, that's my usual. Mamas is falling out in funerals. And bomb and blow, they now viewing you. They never find the guns, but the sewers do. Bubbles was sick, he need medicine. Brought him back to life, now we're dead again. Richard don't make watches for presidents. Just a million trapped between skeletons. This the darkest that I ever been. The diamonds make you taste peppermint. You ain't thriving in the snow like it's the Revenant. And send orders back down to keep shoveling.
I don't know how anybody would want any. Oh my lord.
I'm not the candidate to vibe with. I don't fuck with the kumbaya shit.
Yeah.
All that talent must be God sent. I send your ass back to the cosmics. The things I seen under my eyelids. Kaleidoscope dreams, murder and sirens. Let's be clear, hip hop died again. Half of my profits may go to Rakim. Therapy showed me how to open up. It also showed me I don't give a fuck. The two-time Gemini with the genocide. I'm generous, however you want it. I'll be the gentle kind. Gentlemen and gangsters connect. The agenda of mine. Move niggas up out of here. This shit get gentrified. Heavy jeans like Genevieve's. I drop your Pentagon to show up at your gender reveal. And tell them, give me mine. I son niggas, I am the general. Where my gin and juice? Every song in the book of Genesis. Let the sonics boom. Niggas want the tea on me. Well, here's the ginger root. I generate residuals, bitch. Get off my genitals. They say I couldn't reach Gen Z. You fucking dickheads. You must be full of that ginseng. Here comes the jinx, yeah. They genetics been synthetic. Screaming they genius. A finger wave, they all fall. Niggas is Jenga. God gave me light. A good year full of free will. Trunk card, tell me not to spare your life.
Chains and Whips, Clipse, Kendrick.
Let's pause for a second.
Yeah, we can pause.
So, I had heard Pusha's verse a little piece of Kendrick's verse. I never heard Malice's verse. I gotta listen to it a couple times. 'Cause I feel like there was a lot of layers in Malice shit that I did not catch.
Layers.
He was going crazy. With that being said, they said, Pusha said in one of the interviews that that Trump card line was the line that became the big issue. I don't see the issue with that line. So I still think that whole situation is so murky and so interesting. But regardless of all that, man, what a track. That first verse is a Jim Jones diss, right? We know that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Cooked.
What a record.
You know that meme where people talk about Push before you go in. You know that meme they talk about Push where he's like, yeah, Pusha T raps like he's like in your house, but you don't know what room he's in.
But you don't know he's running.
They both kind of had that grittiness, like straight from the beginning. Like, Topo's just getting rich. Like, it sounds like they sunning people. You know what I'm saying? That grittiness is just like, I've missed that, man. I really do. I really do appreciate this, the grittiness of the rap style of it all. And yeah, Malice. Like, it feels like they breaking niggas down to like their being. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just breaking it down to just like, I don't know. This feels like one of those personal. Even if because I didn't know it was about Jim Jones, but if Jim Jones noticed about Jim Jones, I'd be really like, I'd feel some type of way.
He responded, so people liked it.
Yeah. So that's how that goes. But go ahead.
I do want to echo your sentiments. They sound terrifying. Like they sound like terrible people to be on the receiving end of their ill will, right? It's like, especially Malice's verse. Malice's verse sounds like what you hear when you're like bleeding out shot. You know what I'm saying?
It sounds like Judgment Day.
Yeah, it like genuinely like it sounds like you know what you did. You know what you know why you're dying right now. Like, you know what I mean? It's just it's terrifying, bro. Like that record is so menacing. Yeah. It really gives me it really reminds me of that last verse on Meet the Grams, where like honestly, like it's to the point where like I'm a little uncomfortable. Like, can you stop? Because it sounds like you're talking to me, and I'm not sure what I did to you. But I apologize because it's just that level of menace. Even the beat, bro. Is this all Pharrell?
It has like a Western feel.
Yeah, like cinematic. It almost felt like Kill Bill.
Yeah,
like a scene out of Kill Bill.
Yeah.
My God. Oh God.
And that's all.
How many more records we got?
This is 13. I forgot to measure. Yeah, it's 13 tracks, 40 minutes. You know what I'm saying? The next one, we got a surprise feature on there, P.O.V. And in the last interview I saw, they said that Malice's verse, right, was like, I think Push said that Malice's verse was like really like.
No, Malice said Pusha's flow on this song specifically is his favorite flow on the album. Man.
Okay. All right. So next up, P.O.V. track 3. Let's see what's going on.
Look just like oppression to me. P.O.V. kilos in my back.
Track 3.
Now listen, I don't.
P.O.V. Clipse, Tyler creator feature.
I don't know what time we're gonna end. Whatever time it is, I'm getting my car keys and I'm going to my fucking car and I'm driving for 40 minutes because I gotta hear this shit. Like that shit was crazy. Yeah. Now listen, Tyler's verse at first 2-3 bars, I was like,
I don't know.
All right. Then when he got in his groove,
he caught
when
it.
he hit his stride, he caught it. And then the beat switch at first caught me off guard, and then Malice just caught it. It just works so well, bro.
If I had to take a guess, I feel like that beat switch might have been Tyler's idea. Like, listen, Tyler.
It did sound a little more Tyler-ish. It sounded
Tyler-ish.
Right? Yeah.
We definitely know Tyler to be a huge Neptunes fan, a huge Clipse fan, not even Neptunes, just a huge Pharrell fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, Push said that he's the biggest Clipster, right? We all knew this, so we know the influence is there. I definitely wouldn't put it past him being also a collaborator on like the production side of this, especially for that like beat switch for Malice's part. Overall though, they killed that shit. I had no idea what to expect from this, but I'm sure this was big for him. It was definitely big for as a listener to hear somebody that I really like as an artist work with their hero, you know what I'm saying? And keep up, you know what I'm saying? Like it was really, really cool to see that. And I gotta give props to Pharrell because so far these beats have been
impossible.
Yeah.
Like genuinely, like what are you it's
some of it I can't even tell if it's samples or
Yeah.
if it's just live instrumentation, because it's so intricate. It don't feel like chops. It feels like at least interpolations. You know what I mean? Like so those first 3 songs are probably in my top 10 favorite Clipse songs ever. Like, just because, like, it's
Okay.
Here's the thing. I've been a Clipse fan for a very long time, 20 years essentially, right? They've always been innovative when it came to songwriting, flows, hooks, right? They've always kind of, but not in like the abstract way. It works. It's almost like, how did no one else ever think of this before? It always like fits in a pocket that doesn't feel like it's a stretch. You know what I mean? The fact that they sound so comfortable on literally like production that they've never been on is really, really a testament to their craft as artists. And I think if this album continues this consistency, we're going to have to do our rap songwriter list, or at least have a bigger discussion about Pusha, because, you know, especially since like the leaks came out with, again, some of the best Kanye records of the last couple of years having Pusha pen behind it. You know what I mean? Like, there's a clear I think he's better than we think. Like, we respect him as an MC, but we might have to have that conversation about him as a songwriter.
And I think you're right on that, because especially even on the last album, some of those flows were real funky. Even trying to get on a beat like Smoke or Shine the Coops, like that's a hard beat to rap on, right? Or like Call My Bluff, right? Like, he just does a lot of creative things. He's willing to approach it. And I just want to say for Pharrell, so Push said in an interview, Hell Hath No Fury was fully produced by Pharrell without Chad. That was not a Neptune's thing.
Right.
If this album ends up being, like you said, as consistent as these first 3 songs, those are 2 crazy notches. Like, and it just shows the chemistry from 2006 to 2025. Like, it's insane.
No, it's as of right now, this is one of those ones. And again, it's like the cool thing about Clipse is, like, even when you go into a Clipse album, you don't really know what to expect, and somehow whatever it is, like whatever you're preparing for, you're not really ready, because again, there's just this marriage between the music and the feel. Like, they're very, very intentional, man. It's kind of like, if I could compare it to like a director, you know what I mean? It's like some directors, like, they kind of live in chaos, right? I would say like Quentin Tarantino or is one that kind of like is trying to subvert your expectations whenever you watch his films, whether it's like putting them, you know, timelines that are merging in different orders, or, you know, having a random anime cut scene, you know, like that kind of thing. But then there are directors who kind of think about it from the end to the front, you know what I mean? And like, if it definitely feels like, when it comes to the Clipse and when it comes to their production and when it comes to how they're sequencing their albums, they know what they're trying to convey, almost like at the inception of the project, as opposed to like, okay, let's take our 12 best songs and like put them together. Like, nah, this is, you're supposed to hear these songs in this order. So that's definitely special too.
I think, though, that's actually just reminded me what I wanted to say. So the thing is, like, you saw the album trailer that they dropped. It was like a 2-minute trailer without any music really or anything.
I really tried to avoid everything. Like, I did. I really.
They had like an album trailer. It was 2 minutes and 10 seconds. It was like a speech and like a bunch of movie clips and like Mike Tyson and Serena Williams and DC and Virginia, like all these just different influences, super cut very tastefully, obviously, and then kind of little snippets here and there. But it just goes to say like the intentionality, because it gave the album to me like an ethos. If you watch that trailer now after listening to the album, it's probably still gonna feel thematically consistent. And I think that's just what it is that it's so layered and so thought out in that way, but not in the way that people look at deep music, where it's all these layered hidden messages and whatnot. And it's more of like, you know what I'm saying? More broad. So
no, so that's exactly what I'm what I'm talking about. It's like, it's not, and I hate that I sound like a dick rider right now, but it's not deep. You know what I'm saying? It's not deep for the sake of being deep. It's just extremely intentional and like purposeful in the execution. And again, it's part of probably the reason why like Kendrick and Pusha and Malice fuck with each other so much, because I think Kendrick is definitely not the first artist to put so much intentionality into like the album itself, but one of the ones that were like, again, I know exactly what this is going to be today. Like, regardless of how many records, I know how long I want it to be. I know who I want featured on it. I know what type of themes I want. Again, as an artist, sometimes you just go and create what you're feeling at the time, and then once you have a big enough body of work, you kind of create the theme around it, and you know, kind of deal with the sequencing beyond that. And I just don't feel like that's something that they've done. I feel like they kind of already knew what this was going to be. And I want to emphasize, because I love Pusha, but there's a difference when Malice is there. And it could also be a difference from when Pharrell is there. Yeah, it could be the three of them together kind of being able to create something this kind of layered. It's for sure. I think I just feel like this is like an album that I'm going to be listening to for the rest of my life.
It doesn't matter when we are or where we are, because we are.
Because we are. Because we are better than
Because we are.
Because we are. Because we are. Because we are. Because we are.